So today we've finally got round to putting the floor back down. The floor had all been cut into its jigsaw puzzle, but what we needed to do was take it back up again and then glue it so it's sealed and it's down and it isn't going to move. With wood flooring in a house, you normally put an underlay or you glue it. What we've done is we've glued this because we don't want any movement, but you will also find if you don't glue certain types of flooring, they will curl up at the edges. Oak is awful for it. This is bamboo, and it's worked really well for us because it's got a higher resistance to water, so more ideal for a boat.
Right, we're good?
Yep. One of the mysteries of this boat, we have a safe on board, and we've had lots of jobs to get on with and bits and pieces, but this has been left to the last bit. We had no key for this safe, so what we've actually done was we've drilled the lock out, and moment of truth, it is empty. Would have been nice to find something a little bit secretive, or some documents, or some interesting, or maybe even a bullet or something like that. Would have been really nice to find some of the history of this boat, but unfortunately not. So our year-long wait to find out what was actually in there, nothing. So no diamonds, no gold, unfortunately. When Rich covered this, we deliberately designed it so it has open little doors. We're not going to put a door on top of it. You can put doors on, but if you have doors on a boat, then you create damp inside, your clothes stink. After a week on a boat, they just don't smell very nice. You do get condensation build up, not necessarily in here, but in boats in general. And so if you can leave areas open, then you're allowing the air to pass in, and at least your clothes are going to smell nice after a week. We still do need to cover the inside, but that's another one of our list of about 1,000 jobs. So that was our main idea, was to leave these as open, and then at least our clothes aren't going to smell. But we've got a nice use of space here as well. This was the original cupboard, and even in its Navy days they had open hatches, but this was all built new for our design. Dan built this frame for us, and my intention was, you need a massive amount of space on a boat. You don't want to be falling over everything. So if you can put your bedding, your towels and everything else, and have a big storage lockers, then they're great. But also you want to use your space as practical as you can. And so we decided to have a lift-in bed, and we've now got our storage inside. So it works really well. You quite often see these in homes because they are a brilliant use of storage space. And this is the equivalent to having a massive cupboard. So it works really well for us, and it's good use of space.